School presentations. Man, school presentations. You were either really good at them and enjoyed speaking in front of the entire class, or you absolutely dreaded them and were shaking in your boots all throughout. And me? Well, I hated them, like a lot. So today, I'm gonna yap about how presentations sucked balls and my personal experiences with them. Now, let's start off with the process that goes into a presentation. Now, as a person who absolutely hates presentations, I also hate all the work that is required to create one. Like, first of all, presentations usually occur in classes that have more of a writing element that goes into it. Like English class, every science-related class, social studies, and business classes. Which are all pretty damn boring, except science, just because you get to be hands-on and do experiments in those classes, which are fun and interesting. But for the rest of the other classes, they are boring as hell. Like 99.99% of the time, your teacher in one of these classes will assign the class some boring topic like the significance of Shakespeare and his contributions to the English language. Like, really, bruh? Like, first of all, my boy Shakespeare passed away like way back in the 1600s, fucking 4 centuries ago. How is he still playing a role in my life? Like, the dude is long gone, bro. Like, let it go. And after you pick or get assigned your topic, you then have to begin the research process. Arguably the shittiest part, because doing research on a topic that you have completely zero interest in is worse than being tortured. Like, I would do anything in my power to procrastinate researching and jotting down notes. Like, the presentation could be due in 3 weeks, but best believe I'm chilling for a good 2 weeks before I even look at the rubric or the empty Google document I made. And then after my little 2-week vacation of forgetting that I have a presentation due soon, I get reminded about it through friends at school talking about it in class and think to myself, oh shit, maybe I should get to starting that assignment. And after I spend hours researching and scouring the internet for information to jot down, you then have to get to the third stage, actually making the presentation. Now listen, I used to make my presentations from the default templates that Google Slides gave you, and that is a huge mistake because if you're trying to make your presentation look good, doing it from scratch is not the move at all. Because my presentations would end up looking so scuffed that would look something like this. And they would look like this from elementary school up until grade 10 when a friend told me about a website that helps make your presentations look really clean. And no, this is not a sponsor. I'm trying to put you guys all on game. So the website is called SlidesGo, and they just have a bunch of Google Slides templates that have a bunch of neat graphics that are all organized and aesthetically pleasing to look at. So when you do a presentation, the class doesn't have to look at an abomination of a presentation like this. Alright guys, so today I'm doing a presentation on why cyberbullying is bad and why you should stop doing it. Alright, let's begin. Loney, step outside into the hall. I'm gonna have a chat with you. So yeah, please take my word and use that shit, bro. It honestly changed my life when it came to making presentations. And just a side tangent, let's talk about sources or the reference list real quick. Bro, you know, in theory, making them shouldn't be that hard, right? You just put your website into an auto citation generator like EasyBib and you're all set to copy and paste into your reference list. But no, tell me why every time I copy paste my citations from EasyBib, it always gets reformatted and won't let me indent the other lines one space over. And then I have to rewrite the citation from scratch myself just to get it formatted correctly. Like, bro, EasyBib, fix your shit, man. This gets so annoying because every time I finish writing something, I think I'm done. Until I remember I have to do citations, like, bruh. And bro, don't you just hate it when your teacher also makes you complete sources for the images you use in your presentation too? Like, bro, what do you mean I have to cite the images? You're telling me I gotta make separate citations for the 50+ images that I included in my slideshow on top of also making citations for the websites I use? Like, nah, that's some bullshit, because I gotta find every single website those images were from. Like, why can't we go back to the elementary ways of doing citations by just providing the website links? Why do we gotta make some weird format like APA and MLA just to show credit to someone? It's annoying, man. And finally, once you've done all the previous steps, here comes the presentation part. The worst part. Dude, growing up, I've never liked presentations in the slightest. Me and public speaking do not mesh together whatsoever. And every time I would get up to present solo, it would not end up well. Cause my ass would be nervous as fuck. Alright, thank you for that presentation, Michael. Alright, Loney, you're up next to present, bud. Okay. Okay, don't be nervous. Just act normal and stay calm. Today, I'm gonna be talking about... Hey, yo, that boy's shaking! He nervous! No, I'm not, bro. You're the one who's nervous! Yeah, never was a huge fan of doing presentations solo, so I would always want to present last. But the problem with presenting last is while everyone else in the class gets it over with and presents, you are just sitting there waiting as the anticipation and lingering thought of you having to present sits in your mind rent-free. And now, you kind of wish you presented earlier, but then again, presenting first takes a huge amount of balls to do. But ultimately is the better thing to do, because when you break it down, presenting first gets rid of all the nerves earlier so you can get it over with and chill for the rest of the class. And the teacher will mark you easier because you're the first person person to present. There's not really a benchmark for your teacher to compare your presentation to, so she'll definitely grade you easier. And when I realized this, I started wanting to present first more often, because it honestly just made more sense. If you like presenting last, you're a psychopath who loves the thrill of the game, I guess. Alright, now I'm gonna share some personal presentation stories that happened in my past. Alright, let's start off with the most fun I had with a presentation. Okay, so this occurred around the time when I was in the 6th grade, and it was for a language class. And we got assigned to do a presentation where we had to summarize a book, and also list the important characters in said book, and explain their significance in the story, while also making a drawing of the character. And I remember walking into the library looking around for a book as I saw other kids already walking out with their novels of like Harry Potter and Percy Jackson, while I was really not in the mood to read a novel with 0 pictures in it for my ADHD ass brain. So I kept searching and came across one of my favorite book series, Captain Underpants, and I just knew I had to make my presentation on it. And I worked my ass off writing the entire summary of the book and all the character descriptions and drew my character because it was actually fun to do. And I also prepared all my cue cards and practiced presenting in front of the mirror. You know, I did all my reps of presenting. And when it finally came to my presentation day, I was feeling still nervous as fuck because shit, I did not like presentations at all, man. But when it got to my turn to present, the nerves were still there, bruh. But as I walked up to present and started talking, the nerves calmed down because I was talking about a book series that I actually enjoyed, and it was just smooth sailing from there because I got like a 90 on the presentation. And then I remember back in like the 10th grade in my civics class, we were assigned to create our very own political party with its own propositions, and we were able to work with 2 other classmates. And luckily, I had my 2 homies in my class, but you already know working with your homies on a group project usually doesn't end well. Best believe no one is doing shit for the presentation until a day before the due date, and that's what happened. But dude, our presentation was just so dumb because we named our political party the Cheese Party. Ain't nobody on earth taking the Cheese Party seriously. And we just had some ridiculous propositions on it, like increasing the minimum wage to $50 an hour so everyone could get rich, ending world hunger, and getting rid of all the diseases in the world. You know, average Joe shit. But it was a fun assignment to present nonetheless. And also in the same class, I remember we were put into groups at our tables, and I don't remember exactly what our teacher assigned us, but we had to write something and present it at our table groups while she watched and marked us. And I remember coming into class ready to present and shit, and one of my friends, he literally didn't even do the work, and I was like, damn bro, yo, after I present, I got you, man. I'll give you my paper. I bet. So I get done with my presentation at my table, and I see our teacher starts walking towards my friend's table to start the next round of presentations, and I'm like, oh shit, he's so fucked. But then by a damn miracle, the class phone starts ringing, and our teacher starts walking towards the phone and out into the hallway to pick it up. And that was my opportunity to strike. So I quickly bolted out of my seat and ran towards my friend, handing him the sheet, and quickly ran back to my seat like nothing happened. And our teacher came back into the room to start off the next round of presentations, and obviously my homie like paraphrased my shit on the spot, but you know I had to clutch up for the homie. And you know, the funny thing is, I remember in next class, we got our marks back, and dude got a better mark than me, bruh. Like, I'm the one that clutched the fuck up, and he gets a better mark than me? That's crazy. And we cannot forget having to do a presentation while your homies are in the crowd. Like, it's nearly impossible to be serious while doing a presentation while your friends are in the audience. Like, I remember in my business class, we were assigned to do a presentation on influential Canadian entrepreneurs. And my group and I were doing a presentation on Tim Horton, the GOAT. And while I was trying to say my lines, I got my dumbass friends smiling in the crowd and trying to make me laugh while giving me the death stare. Like, bro, I just can't help it but laugh, man. My mark may be going down, but my jolliness level's going up skis. And dude, there was this other time in French class where my friends had to present an assignment about our lunch. And bro, tell me why one of my friends made the most low budget ass presentation of all time. Bro, like shit had a white background and like 2 words with a PNG of the food. Like this dude spent 0 time on it, because I remember we were on a call while we were working on it, and he was talking about how he finished it pretty fast. While I was still preparing my first slide, I was like, damn, I guess he did a lot beforehand. But nah, it was the complete opposite. Low-key goated though. And then my other friend had to present next, and it was just a total mess, because we just couldn't stop laughing while he was presenting. And he couldn't stop laughing too while he was trying to say his lines. And our teacher was just not having it, because he gave his ass a 70 on the presentation, while my friend who made that low budget ass presentation got an 85%. Like we dead ass sabotaged him from laughing too much. But hey, all I know is that it feels way better being in the audience and making your friends laugh than being the friend who's presenting and needing to lock in and doing the try not to laugh challenge. And let me just touch on the online Zoom presentations. Now bro, these were just completely stupid. Like I remember from my grade 11 English class, we had to make a presentation on influential social media figures. And my group and I picked to do our presentation on LeBron James. And dude, while doing our presentation, I already knew like 90% of the class was not listening at all, bro. Like online school was just not real. I already knew people had the call muted, were sleeping, taking a bubble bath, walking outside, taking a shit, like literally any activity, bro. Because who would actually listen during those long, grueling Zoom calls. They were some straight ass. Anyways, comment down below your own presentation experiences and follow my socials. Anyways, I'm out. Bye!